All right, we're live, Matt. It's good that you're awake.
We made it.
So tell me a little bit about why you're so damn tired.
I have no idea. That I sleep like 8 to 9 hours every night. I've been working and work out, walking shit, and then I think it might be mental exhaustion. They say, or I've heard someone say, you're not tired because you're exhausted. You're tired because you're not getting enough joy out of what you're doing. Something like that.
Need more joy.
So maybe my work isn't joy.
It's not joyful. Could be
Maybe.
due to maybe the lack of accountability.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you're here to keep me accountable because,
I don't know if you knew this, Matt, but I'm pretty much a leader. I lead shit.
something I figured out about you real early.
What's that?
You're a leader. You're accountable.
I show up late to meetings all the time, but not podcasts.
I don't know. There was this podcast called the Security Shit Show. I mean, that thing was pretty much crazy.
That went with the name, though, right?
It did.
I mean, that was supposed to be a shit show. All right, well, let's get started. Welcome back to InfoSec to Insanity, the only show where you keep the cyber scars visible, the bullshit buried, and the industry honest, whether it likes it or not. I'm your host, Evan Francen, 30 plus years of trench warfare. My God, in this field. Still here, Matt.
I'm
Still
glad
pissed.
you're here.
Still pissed, Matt.
I'm not glad that you're still pissed and like you're still talking about the same things. It kind of blows my mind.
Yeah. But I've been living healthy, man. I lost 23 pounds right now.
Nice.
Can you see it in my face? Do I look prettier? Do you think I'm getting more chicks or anything?
I think if you wanted to, you could, but I don't think you are. But you do
No.
look healthier.
Thanks, man. So yeah, cyber scars, bullshit buried, all that stuff. Still here, still pissed, still fighting to fix the broken ass industry. With me again is the one and only Matt Goodacre, cyber smartass, sleepyhead, logic ninja, and guy who keeps me from burning it all down most days. You got a good level head on you, Matt.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, there's been some of those side conversations that we've had where I don't even know if you noticed, but you probably didn't. But because I think I'm good at poker, because this is my really pissed off face right now. This is my panic face right now. Like right now, I'm panicking. This is also my I'm so fucking happy face right now. No, but having a guy like you, a level-headed dude that just kind of rides shit out, as a friend in this industry is super important. It validates some of the crazy shit we deal with every day.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. So what? Go ahead, man.
I had to call out the hacker summer camp this week before this episode. It was probably like Tuesday or something. Like I was just thinking about why. So we're talking about accountability, right? And how things aren't getting better. But every year we're hearing about, oh, we need more money, we need bigger budget, and then like I need more tools. And dude, if the tools aren't getting more expensive every year, like what the hell? So like none of this makes sense to me. And then I saw on LinkedIn some company I never heard before, probably some new startup, but they're taking a picture of themselves in a private jet. I'm like, oh, yep, that makes sense. I get it now.
We're gonna get to that. I think that's part 4. 5?
Okay.
Part 5 of this series. And it's funny you mention that. You know Roger Grimes? Do you know Roger?
I don't know him, but I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's a really good friend. And he just posted on Twitter an hour ago. Vendors at Black Hat 2025 showing off how well their agentic AI could take over programming. We're producing obviously insecure coding at Black Hat. You can't make this stuff up. Yeah. That's it's the state of affairs, my friend. But we'll get through all that shit. This is episode 43. And tonight we're diving headfirst into part 2 of our six-part series, Accountability and Cybersecurity is Ports. Well, it's funny. I should show you what I got going on this other screen right now. I've been doing a lot of coding today.
Working on your thing. Right?
Working on my thing. Trying to fix this broken industry. Going through New York right now. Should I share my screen? I can share, can't I?
You can if you want.
Share this window.
Rikers. throwing around all kinds of crayons and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. He hasn't
All
seen
right, I'll have to do
my
this later.
emergency rations that I have. They're
It's
real crayons.
stuck in a fucking Google loop. Hold on. What's my password, Matt?
Up, down, left, right, A, B, select, start.
That's a cheat code.
Here is
What was that a cheat code for?
the tsunami cheat code. Was that Contra?
Let me see. What the fuck is my password? Okay, there we go. It just came to me. Fuck is it next? It's a long password, dude.
I remember when we couldn't figure out, or you couldn't remember your ATM pin. We went to like 10 different ATMs.
It's because I had the wrong fucking card.
Yep.
I don't know if I did it or not. Let's see what happens. Well, at least I got out of that fucking loop. Go here. No, okay. Forget it. I'm not sharing my screen with you. You don't get to see the code running. Anyway,
Not cool.
where were we? Episode 43. Tonight, diving head first, part 2, 6-part series. Accountability in cybersecurity is broken. Last week, we asked the question. So it was part 1. Should we just assume it's broken? We questioned whether it is broken. If you didn't watch that episode, yeah, it's broken. I think there's plenty of evidence that accountability is not just broken, it's like shattered. This week, we take it up a notch with a painful truth. And the truth is, so trying to explore the reasons, the root causes for why there's no accountability or shitty accountability in this industry. And so, like you already alluded to, man, I've been in this game for a long time, and it pisses me off that we're still here. It pisses me off that people actually think we made progress in this industry when we haven't. And they'll cite things like, well, we've got better tools than we've ever got before, more awareness. People are talking about cybersecurity more than they've ever talked about it before. That's great, but the proof is in the pudding, man. There's more breaches than ever before. There's more ransomware than ever before. There's more money going from the good people to the bad people than there's ever been before. So, no, we're not making progress. It's getting worse. And one of the big reasons why it's getting worse is we keep adopting new technology much faster than our ability to use it responsibly. And you add AI onto that? Fuck. How many people do you know that actually know how the AI works and what they're using it for?
It doesn't even have to be,
Everybody's a goddamn expert on it.
it doesn't even have to be AI. It could be any fucking application you have in your environment, whether it's an app, business, or security tool. I guarantee you're likely not using all of your capabilities, and your team probably doesn't know how it actually works. They think they
So all
do
that,
because they can click buttons and look at things, but ask someone to explain it to you. It's the best way to.
why
That's
I
what I
ran
learned
in,
in the Marine Corps is whenever we walked around and I had a platoon sergeant that made us like randomly throughout the day, what was the range of this radio? What was the frequency? Like how much did it weigh? Like all this shit randomly just grab you and stop you. So like you always had to know your shit. Always.
if you want to call yourself an expert, be an expert. You know what I mean? It's not rocket science. Even AI, you read a lot of the people's advice on what to use AI for, and AI is great for this, great for that, even Black Hat. And what people fail to see, AI is not your friend. It's just a fucking tool. And if you don't know how the tool works, I saw, was it yesterday or the day before, the state of Illinois has now made it illegal to use AI chatbots for mental health therapy. And I was like, that's fucking common sense.
That's
Because
cool, but how do you govern that?
well, that's another thing. That's not my problem. But at least knowing that it's illegal and that there's a stance that's been made. There's not a lot of things that come out of Illinois that actually make sense to me. But that was one of them. I'm like, yeah. There's lots of reasons why that makes sense. But one of the biggest reasons I know from my own therapist, how important empathy is. You being able to empathize with what it is I'm saying and then share thoughts, whatever, give me advice based on that. AI has no empathy. AI is not sentient. AI's a whole bunch of math and data. That's it. So anyway, those 6 things. So 6-part series. Yeah. Last week we were just talking about, is it actually broken? Accountability in our industry. And then the next 5 are talking about what I think are root causes, because this stuff does kind of keep me up at night. It pisses me off. Yeah, I get paid a lot of money. I got a lot of money. But that's not why I'm in this game. You can give me all the fucking money in the world. And if shit keeps getting worse, well, then I failed at my mission and it's pissing me off, man. You know what I mean? So this week we do take it up a notch and we talk about one of those reasons because if people don't demand change, if people don't demand accountability, then you're not going to get accountability. And one of the reasons why people don't command accountability or demand it is it doesn't hurt. People generally only change course purposefully when there's a benefit to them or it's painful, right? So I have a choice. I can do this or do that. Well, there's more benefits to that. It doesn't hurt. If somebody, steals all my money out of my checking account, I get everything back. It doesn't hurt. So think about that. Nothing changes in this industry until something or someone bleeds. Not until the breach hits the front page, not until a patient dies, not until your CEO kid finds their identity for sale on the dark web, or all of the above. We delay. What's the rush? We deny. We deflect until the pain finally makes it personal. Personal pain sucks. I read another from a therapist, actually. He was talking about pain because they say like some people treat pain by like I had a really traumatic experience, right? And so I just cover it with a whole bunch of good experiences. And then I'll forget about the traumatic one, right? And he used a really cool analogy. He was like, a traumatic experience is like pissing in your cup of water. You urinate in your cup of water. And then you add all the good experiences, like, well, let's add some sugar in there. Let's add some, whatever to make it taste good or whatever, but it's still got piss in it. You have to get rid of it. You have to deal with it. Anyway, so we delay, we deny, all that stuff. So tonight we're ripping into that truth. Why leadership only reacts to trauma, why real change doesn't happen from awareness campaigns, but from lawsuits, breaches, lost trust, lost jobs, all that kind of
I
shit.
I would even say, I mean, you could take this one multiple steps farther beyond just cybersecurity, our industry, what we do is human nature, right? Why we hear people say all the time, you should learn from the past, but we never do. We always, as humans, wait for something bad to happen before we
Right.
change.
And so I think the people that do listen, the people that, are paying attention, when hurt comes, they won't be suffering. If there's a really big fucking breach and power goes to shit, water goes to shit, I hate to say it, but I'm really not going to suffer. It's going to be inconvenient for sure. And we had a kind of a trial run with that when we had Hurricane Lydia come through here, that category 4 hurricane. We learned a lot about, all right, this kind of sucks. But I think a lot of people aren't really prepared like that.
Do you
And
think
that's the thing
people
too. Why
forgot
why why do we have to wait for pain? Why can't we just use our fucking brains?
what I don't understand?
I don't either. Because my job and your job, our job in this industry is to protect people. A lot of times people say, well, it's to protect data. Data doesn't have any fucking feelings. Nobody gives a shit about lost data. We only
We
give a shit about
pretend that we
lost.
care.
We only give a shit about lost data if it affects somebody. If somebody's going to lose money, if somebody's going to, get a misdiagnosis next time they go to the hospital, if they lost their identity. But just data doesn't mean shit
Honestly,
unless it's associated with somebody and some pain.
to me, it seems like the only people that care about data are the security practitioners, and we're just talking to ourselves. Doesn't seem like the businesses really care.
Well, a lot of security practitioners, if you ask them, like they care about data, but why do you care about data?
Because it gets
I
me a
had
new project.
there was a time I did, this is probably 10, 15 years ago. I did an assessment of a really big healthcare organization and they scored really bad, right? We scored everything on that scale, 300, 850. They were somewhere in the 400 something. And, a whole bunch of recommendations. They're like, thanks, we got it, whatever. See you next year, because we have to do this for compliance, shit, whatever. So next year, you come out and do an assessment, same fucking score, if not worse. And then I moved on to other customers. I had other shit to do. And so the next year, so year 3, one of our other assessors, they wanted to do another assessment. And so the other assessor was asking me about, this customer. I'm like, ask them if they've changed anything. Like if they've made any progress on the roadmap that we created last year, because I don't want to we're not going to do business with them again. We're not just going to keep taking your money and you're just going to not take this seriously. So they got all pissed off about it, the customer. So I asked for a meeting, with the executives. And so we had an executive meeting and they asked, why can't we use you guys again for another assessment? And I said, because you guys haven't taken this seriously and you won't make any progress. And they said, well, what if we're okay with things how they are? I'm like, you're okay with this 4, whatever the fuck score? It's like, yeah. I'm like, all right. Well, here's the thing. It's not your data. Let's go down the next customer that comes walking in to the clinic. Why don't we ask them if they're okay with it? Because that's the point, right? It's not your data. You're supposed to be a custodian of this data, but the owner of the data, the people that actually suffer for it, are dealing with your shitty choices. So anyway, we'll hit some what the fuck news. Of course, we've got another round of CISO humor to keep the rage fires manageable, and then we're diving into the deep end. This ain't your compliance department's podcast, although I do like talking to compliance people because they're funny. They're funny people. All right, so this is the InfoSec to Insanity, and tonight we're proving that in cybersecurity it doesn't hurt. If it doesn't hurt, it doesn't change. So segment 1, the what the fuck happened this week. It's funny when, I decided this week that I was going to pull. The first one I found or kind of caught my attention was another airlines one because it was only a couple of days ago. And then I was like, fuck, I'm going to do a lot of airlines ones this week. So the first one, air travel meets tech Titanic. United Airlines weight and balance system implodes.
I like the title.
Yeah. So on August 6th, 2025, today's what, the 8th or 7th? I don't even know what
7th.
day today
That was
is.
yesterday.
7th. All right. So yesterday, United's critical pneumatic system, which calculates weight, balance, and flight tracking, which on an airplane is really fucking important. If you don't get weight right and balance right, airplanes crash. I don't know. You ever see that there's one famous video of an airplane that kind of went sideways like this and then clipped the bridge?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's because the weight wasn't tied down.
This is interesting.
It got off kilter.
So I haven't heard anything about this. They must be hiding it pretty well because the airlines have been hurting a lot lately.
Yeah. Well, so this system, it broke, forcing a nationwide ground stop across major U.S. hubs like Newark, Chicago, O'Hare, San Francisco, Denver, and Houston. The fallout, over 1,000 flights delayed, around 35% of the day's schedule, and dozens canceled. Days lingered into Thursday. Delays. So United insists it wasn't a cyber attack, but still owes customers meals, hotels, and scalding tweets. And here's the, do you remember the, you remember the CrowdStrike?
Do we know what is happening this week? I mean, I'm saying hacker summer camp, man.
No, it ain't that. No, this
you
is
don't think so?
No, I just think they
breaking?
fucked up. Yeah. So they say it wasn't a cyber attack, but blah, blah, blah. It was, it reminds me of CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike after that shitstorm last year.
Yeah.
George Kurtz, their CEO, said this wasn't a cyber event. No, it wasn't a security event, he said.
It said it wasn't a cyber incident.
No,
he used the word
maybe.
Incident. That's what you were caught up about.
Yeah, but I called them out on that, and they changed it because it is an incident. Our job is availability, CIA, man, right? Confidentiality, integrity, and availability. The shit don't work. What's the sense? So anyway, FAA and Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy stepped in with support, and memes began trending on X before flights even took off again. The what the fuck angle on this one, the airline that pauses your flight so your coffee has time to cool when the system that holds everything together literally drops. Welcome to grounded pandemonium. Give me a punchline, man.
United Tech just told pilots.
It's plural.
United Tech just told pilots, "You shall not pass."
It got better when you said, "You shall not pass." All right, when your flight's on hold, and so is your dignity. Number 2, Google gets vished. You don't hear Google
Ooh,
getting their shit handed to them very often. This was
not
Shiny
anymore.
Hunters. Yeah, Shiny Hunters, a cybercrime group, otherwise known as UNC 6040, if you keep track of those things. Shiny Hunters, they breach Salesforce CRM, Google's instance of Salesforce. So in a move that screams not even Google is safe, the cybercrime group Shiny Hunters broke into one of Google's Salesforce instances via phishing. Phishing, for people who don't know what phishing is, that's voice phishing. Basically
I
just
hate
calling you
that
and asking
term.
for your fucking password. That's easy.
I I hate that we have to come up with a name for everything. It's just social engineering sakes. That's making it complicated. Right there, another example.
Yeah. When they nicked customer data, specifically for small to medium-sized businesses, Google's damage control, they only got available info, according to Google, business names and contact details, but they still got. And it's like big fucking deal. Like you minimize that stuff, like business names and contact details from Google's CRM. Again, that's a phishing gold mine.
Hold on. It's okay. It's okay. They got everything from the phone book, but the phone book was underneath my coffee table. That's okay.
Oh, something like that. So delay in
No big deal.
disclosure and the irony of big tech failing to human trickery. Chef's kiss. What the fuck angle? Google meets Shiny Hunters. When your CRM gets phished, even your own black belts end up scrambling for passwords.
Google fell for a voice phishing. Now that's a tech identity crisis.
Even Big G got G'd. No one's safe when your vishers come calling. And Google, by the way, bought Mandiant. I don't know how many
Like
years
3
ago that
years
was.
ago,
Was it 3? I
three,
lose track of
five,
time.
somewhere in there.
So I
Yeah,
wonder if Mandiant did their incident response. Probably.
I would think so, but maybe someone else got paid because why not?
Right? All right, number 3, supply chain whammy. Air France and KLM customer data breached. Airlines Air France and KLM disclosed a breach of customer data through a third-party platform. It's a classic supply chain snafu. Attackers didn't attack the airline directly. They hit someone they rely on. Allegedly, depending on what study you read and who the damn source is, but over half of all data breaches come directly or indirectly through a third party. This is why we get really ornery about third-party information security risk management. It's like a really big fucking deal. You can lock your shit up all super sweet and nice and tight and everything else. Give one of your vendors remote access into your network, even for a short period of time, even if you tighten that up, where you only enable it when they need it. They got bad security shit. You got to compensate for it. So what the fuck angle? Your airline didn't get hacked, but its friend chain did. You
If your
keeping up, Matt?
suppliers sneeze, your security catches the flu.
Air France didn't get breached. The chain did. SonicWall says it wasn't a 0-day, but still ransomed. So reports claimed a 0-day. What?
I'm
Why?
surprised
Why are
people
you?
are
Why are
even
you
using
interrupting me, Matt?
Sonic Wall.
Why? SonicWall's cool. SonicWall works if you fucking know how
Do
to
it
use
right.
the damn tool. I
That's
mean,
fair.
packet filtering's packet filtering. Shit. All right. So reports claimed a 0-day was exploited to hit SonicWall's SSL VPN systems. SonicWall says nope. It traced attacks back to legacy credentials during migration tied to an old known flaw, CVE 2024-40766. So the 2024 in the CVAs, that means the year. So it's not that old. It's last year. But anyway, it was tied to an old known flaw, not a stealthy 0-day, pointing to ops failure, not unknown magic. The what the fuck angle? No 0-day, just forgotten logins. Still disastrous. It's like one of those things where you somebody calls you out on something and then you change the subject really quick. It's like you were breached and somebody says, what was a 0-day? No, it wasn't a 0-day. It was this flaw. Okay. Like that. My bad.
It's good.
We're
It's
good.
all good. Yeah.
Yeah.
The real 0-day? Oops, negligent.
That's ops.
It's like oops to me. I'm a
It's only
Wisconsin
one.
guy. Oops. Oh,
Fucking
ops
Wisconsin guys.
negligence.
Fucking Wisconsin guys. Sound asleep at 8 o'clock Thursday night.
It's
Can't
9
can't
over here. Okay.
can't read. All right. So not everything dramatic is mysterious. Sometimes it's just messy config. Number 5, legal bombshell, Delta versus CrowdStrike. Because like I said, this got me thinking about CrowdStrike again. I was like, what the fuck's going on there? You know what I mean? What's an update? So it's still brewing.
Oh, that's
The breach,
over a
the
year now.
lawsuity things are, well, yeah, lawyers got a lawyer. All right. So this one didn't explode this week, but the fallout is still going strong. So what happened? If you don't remember, it was July 19th last year, 2024. A faulty software update from CrowdStrike's Falcon endpoint agent caused a global Windows meltdown. 8.5 million systems crashed, grounding flights, disrupting hospitals, banks, and a hell of a lot more. Delta was hit hardest. Over 7,000 flights were canceled, affecting approximately 1.3 million customers and costing them an estimated $500 to $550 million. Delta's lawsuit in October 2024, Delta sued CrowdStrike plus Microsoft. I don't know why you'd ever sue Microsoft because it's
Good
fucking,
luck.
the federal government can't fucking sue Microsoft. So what the hell are you going to do? But it's fun, I guess. So they sued CrowdStrike in Georgia State Court, accusing them of gross negligence, breach of contract, computer trespass, and fraud, demanding damages north of $500 million. I kind of hope that Delta wins on this one because I'm Delta Platinum status. So maybe this will give me some better perks or some
Well,
shit. I don't know.
so if Delta wins too, that sets a precedent, right? Every other company should
Yeah, maybe.
file something.
Maybe that's all going to be discussed. That's all part of
The
this shit. I
lawyering.
mean, I really doubt that it's actually going to go to trial.
Oh yeah,
You
no,
know,
they'll settle.
it could, but man, usually they don't. So the judicial moves, fast forward to May 2025, a Georgia judge gave Delta the green light to pursue key claims. This is actually a pretty big deal. Gross negligence, computer trespass, and a narrowed fraud charge regarding unauthorized system access. I like that one. Fraud? Hell yeah. Don't you
Yeah.
give me that look, Matt. We want
Well, so
nothing would make me happier than to fucking see CrowdStrike get slammed for fraud.
it just I'm not sure they have tech people advising on this because while some of it makes sense, negligence, fraud, trespassing makes zero fucking sense, and unauthorized access makes zero fucking sense.
Whatever. What are you, a lawyer
It's
now?
how the tool. Well, I'm a tech person that's trying to. I
Are
don't
you a
know.
fucking lawyer? Are you gonna go?
No, no, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer.
That's what a
No.
lawyer would
All
say.
right.
A lawyer would say, "What are you, a fucking lawyer?"
All right. Well,
I've been there. Like all the breaches I've worked on over the years, and I'm like, holy fuck, this is like really bad. And then, like, well, in your opinion, is it negligent? And I'm like, yeah, it's negligent. And then they ask, well, is it common? Do you see it in other places? I'm like, yeah. And then they say, well, it's not negligent. And I'm like, why did you ask me if I thought it was fucking negligent? Well, are you a lawyer? I'm like, no, I'm not a fucking lawyer. You know that. What's a stupid question?
why am I
I mean,
here
you're gonna
then? What
ask.
the
Why don't
fuck?
you ask me that under oath now? We could do a whole fucking deposition, get the cameras out, and make it all look all pretty and shit too. I mean, fuck. So anyway, other claims like broad deceptive business practices were tossed. Snap, that one would have been a good one.
Yes.
Importantly, the judge signaled the liability may be limited to single-digit millions, owing to liability caps in their contract. All right, so
So that's
CrowdStrike's
where
defense.
everybody.
I'm not done yet here, man. Check this shit out. CrowdStrike's defense. CrowdStrike insists damage will be minimal. Boarding on the platform's liability limit. They also argue Delta's own legacy IT, staffing woes, and refusal to accept help played a role in the 5-day meltdown.
There's
Legacy IT
nothing
didn't
they
have
could
a
have
fucking.
done.
No,
No.
legacy IT had nothing to do with this, nor did staffing woes. Maybe in
But
response, getting things back up and
yeah,
running quickly.
staffing could have, but there's nothing CrowdStrike could have done during that time to fucking help
Right. Well, we're going to
because
revisit
the
this.
shit was broken.
We're going to revisit this in part 4 of the accountability, or part 5. I keep getting that one wrong. So the what the fuck angle, when a security update brings your entire flight ops to its knees and the bill hits $500 million, you stop blaming the intern and start holding vendors legally accountable.
It wasn't an update though. Anyway,
Dude,
I learned a
there you
whole
go.
lot during that. But yeah,
Okay,
from
if
the
it wasn't an
security.
update, if it wasn't an update, what would you call it? They were updating software, were they not? It wasn't a signature update or anything, but it was an update.
No, it was a signature. It was a char file signature, which was a whole thing I fucking learned about.
But that was an update, wasn't it?
So it is, but I feel like when you say the word update, people think about updating the application. The actual application itself was not updated.
That's
It
not what it
was,
said. I said security update.
you
Isn't that an
fuck at
update?
me.
No, I'm just telling you, man.
Yeah,
That's what
no,
that's what the lawyers would say.
it's similar to like an AV signature update. Yes, so it would be a fuck you.
I'm just telling you, man. An update's an update.
Yeah.
All right. Punchlines, Matt. Give me one.
When the security update turns into security shutdown, who tripped the flight deck?
CrowdStrike, turning endpoints into ground stops, one buggy update at a time.
I
All
have
right.
this cool meme I found. I don't know if anybody's ever watched the movie Hackers, where the dude's like, "Oh, you're zero cool. You crashed blah 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 systems in 24 hours." Someone made one about CrowdStrike. You took down 70% of Windows systems in one day. Front page of New York Times. You're CrowdStrike.
I didn't tell you that I'm the only guy you probably ever met that's been banned from DigitalOcean.
Interesting.
I should tell you the story behind that, but another
I'd love
day.
to hear that because I'm pretty sure that's highly abused.
Yeah. All right. So the
When I
wrap up
first
angle
started,
planes when you first
sorry,
started. No, go ahead, man.
when I first started in this field and like looking at logs and IPs and stuff, I was like, DigitalOcean, who are these guys? Let's fucking block them. Yeah, like start blocking all this shit. Then like they got like a million IP addresses. It's like, yeah, no, that's not a thing. You can't do that.
And try. All right. So planes were grounded, passwords were fumbled, firewalls were fooled, and somewhere a Salesforce CRM screamed into the void. This week was a perfect reminder that in
The
cybersecurity, the real breach is.
void.
Are you fucking done, man?
Yeah, maybe.
Don't make me fucking drive up there to Wisconsin. Do not make
Yeah,
me
you
do that. My
probably
wife's
would
going to be
too.
pissed because she's not going to see me in a couple days. I'm not flying United. I know that. Fly something else to get up there. All right. So this week, perfect reminder that in cybersecurity, a real breach is always behind the press release, whether it's a legacy system collapse pretending not to be a hack, a CRM breach Google tried to downplay, or a lawsuit dragging billion-dollar decisions into the daylight. Accountability still the missing passenger on every flight. I'm like a fucking poet, man.
I
So
think
tech
so.
failed, people failed, vendors pointed fingers, and in every single case, it was users, customers, and bystanders who paid the price. I would have been so pissed to be stuck on those fucking airports. I hate airports because CrowdStrike
It,
didn't know how to fucking do an update. And by the way, it was an update, just for the record. That was a fucking update. And I got to fucking sit in like Newark. If I was stuck in Newark, have you ever been in Newark Airport?
so I think my worst was like Atlanta. It would suck,
Oh yeah,
man,
Atlanta's
because
kind of
like
bad.
because no one's going anywhere. It's not like one flight's delayed. It's like everything's fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like airports even when things are going smoothly, but like when everybody's angry and like long lines to get to talk to a ticketing agent and all that other stuff. Oh my God, screw it. I would
Yeah.
have probably just, I don't know, just cancel my damn flight and I'll fucking walk home.
Well, you didn't even know, right? How long it was gonna go. I remember getting woken up at 4 in the morning. Hey, CrowdStrike broke the world. I was like, what the fuck? Get out of
When
here.
I'm like a full blown, Mac user, Apple user, sort of everywhere. So I didn't notice a damn thing. And then my wife actually told me about it when I got up that morning. She said, "Did you read about CrowdStrike?" I'm like, "No, what happened?" And then I opened up, like, "Oh shit! All right,
Here we go.
yep, all right." So let's take a breath, unclench that jaw, and step into the padded cell. We call this CISO humor. The tickets are free, the logs are incomplete, and the punchlines hurt a little too close to home. So this is segment 2, therapy for the blame soaked. That's what I called it. Segment 2, CISO humor, therapy for the blame soaked, where sarcasm is policy, sleep is optional, and your VPN password is probably written on a post-it next to your resignation letter. All right, so welcome
Always
back.
got
The
to have
only
that
safe
ready.
place. Yeah. I said that once in a instant response. A lot of people were like, what should we do? I'm like, update your fucking resume. And I was joking.
ready.
That was supposed to be a joke. But there, they got pissed. But that's like, what do you mean? You can't.
You got to lighten the
fire
mood
your instant.
somehow, man. Everyone's stressed the fuck out.
Yeah. Like I said, and this would be my panic face. People are panicking. I'm like, fuck, whatever. All right. So you might be a CISO if your incident response plan starts with deep breath, fake smile. It's okay.
We'll be good.
Yep. Matt?
You might be a CISO if you have a budget meeting in the morning, a breach notification in the afternoon. Sounds like a sweet day.
Yeah. Sounds like a good day. All right. You might be a CISO if your vacation request was denied because the sim is lonely without you.
Gotta protect that sim.
Yeah. This
Sim
week's real
theme.
quote. I don't know what you want to call it, man.
I've always called it sim. Maybe you just call it Simon?
We could call it SIEM, or we could use the full word ing of it all.
Or we could just do
So this,
Blinky Light. When you're under attack, it makes all kinds of shit. And really, it doesn't do anything. It's
I
surprisingly
don't get it.
crazy how that
You
works.
and your fucking geeky humor, Matt. Your geeky humor. You face it.
Yeah, I'm
You
not
don't
funny.
even look tired. No, it was funny, man. It was super funny. So this week's real quote, swear to God, true. We were told MFA was too disruptive to workflow, so now ransomware is our workflow.
I don't.
You ready?
That really?
I don't know, man.
Someone
What
told
the
you?
fuck,
I
dude?
can't believe someone told you that. That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
someone giving up.
People give up because they don't know what, I don't know. Maybe they don't know what they're doing. So Auditor Theater, the ticket that died in Jira, the scene, a flickering Zoom call. So like, dark flickering Zoom call. The compliance
It's
team's
just the
camera is on.
blue.
Yeah. The compliance team's camera is off. The CISO hasn't blinked in 90 minutes. There's a stale cup of coffee and a faint sound of budget denial in the background. Matt's the auditor. I'll be the CISO.
Evan, during our review, we found a critical vulnerability reported in April. It's still open. Any update on that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, ticket 666. It was triggered, prioritized, deprioritized, retriaged, emotionally processed, and finally laid to rest in the sacred cemetery known as the backlog.
But your SLA says 30 days.
Yeah. We switched to a new time model. We now calculate in executive attention spans. So technically, it's still day one.
That's not a recognized metric.
Neither is zero budget and infinite blame, but we're still running on it.
So, what's your mitigation look like?
Sure, I've got duct tape, prayer beads, and a tattoo of a CV on my lower back. Want to see it?
Can you show risk acceptance in documentation format?
Do Slack arguments and ignored emails count as documentation?
I need to see a signature.
Can I send you a screenshot of my resignation letter draft?
I'll just make this a finding.
I got 147 of those. I'll collect them like There you go.
Catch them all.
Yep. Top 3 executive security quotes of the week. Quote unquote, can't we just buy AI to fix it? How about this one? We don't need, well, actually, you do the next one, Matt.
We don't need phishing training. Our team is very savvy.
Very savvy. Let's not overreact to the breach. We just tell legal and light a candle. All right, jokes from the trench, Matt. Hit the punchline, dude. Hit it like you've fucking been here before. Like you're a stand-up guy that's been like, I don't know, on TV and shit. Comedy Central.
I asked the devs to fix the critical vulnerability. They said, sure. In sprint 27, it's only sprint 3.
There you go. Much better. I like how you kind of sat back and you kind of delivered that. That was good. All right. Our firewall rules are like my ex's texts. Confusing, outdated, and emotionally damaging.
Funny and so true. The intern opened a fish that installed ransomware. The CEO said, hold on, let's not place blame. I'll CC him on the invoice.
All right. So the board asked for a risk-free strategy, so I unplugged the servers.
Booyah.
Here's our affirmation.
That's crazy. I ask that shit every year. Every year I still ask that question. We shut down. We have like shut down where the plants and everything like go home. Like we're not working. Can we unplug stuff? No. but we're not doing anything. Can we just unplug the router? No, no, no. But we're shut down. No, you can't do that. I don't
All
know.
right. I like
Seems
it.
like a good idea to me.
Let's do it. All right, here's your affirmation of the week, Matt. You have to repeat after me. This is where we affirm each other, lift each other up, because this mental health thing is a thing. And we just need to reset once in a while. All right. So here's your affirmation for this week. Repeat it after me. I am not my asset inventory.
I am not my asset inventory.
I am not my vulnerability backlog.
I am not my vulnerability back.
I am a beautiful, broken security professional in a codependent relationship with a broken industry.
I am a beautiful, broken security professional in a codependent relationship with a broken industry.
Love that. I wanted to hear you say that all day. Ever since I wrote that, I was like, fuck, I can't wait for him to say that. And I got it on recording too, man. We recorded that shit. That's beautiful.
It's out there forever now.
Yeah. All right. So, you know what's worse than being a CISO in 2025? Being the accountable CISO in 2025. But hey, at least we've got each other and jokes and maybe a punchline shaped cry for help. All right. The jokes are done. The sarcasm tank is full and the rage fire is nice and toasty. Now it's time to go from laughing to fighting, because if you've ever been left holding the bag after a breach, you warned everybody about 6 months ago. The next part's for you. So let's roll into segment 3. We rip the bandage off of a real wound.
Roll
Right?
the sleeve.
Did you read the
I
post
read it.
part 2? All right. I didn't.
Yes, I
I was
did.
just
I
asking.
did. I mean, I did
You're right.
take a nap, but I did read it.
I didn't read it.
You just
I
wrote
just
it.
no, I just put that shit. I just copied and pasted out of AI.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Do I look funny when I cross my eyes?
Yep.
Cool, all right.
I can't do
I think
that.
it's cool.
My eye just naturally does the other way.
Yeah.
Got
All
you
right.
got some animals hanging out.
What? Animals?
I
Like bats in
I
the
heard it.
cage? Bats in the cave? Animals.
The yeah.
That's what are those things called? Fuck.
The cow.
No, dude. The geckos. No, we got geckos all over the place. Yeah. You've seen them before. Yeah, they're very territorial. It's fun to watch them kind of fight for territory over the bugs and shit that go up there. All right. This accountability is broken. This is part 2. And part 2 is titled It's Not Real Until It Hurts. And when you think about it, like it sucks because you don't want people to get hurt. You want people to make good choices. You want people to, and I think one of the advantages for me is I grew up before all this shit. When I was a kid, we didn't really have computers in people's homes. I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't have any of that shit. You had to actually use the landline. You had to, maybe pay 10 cents for a payphone. And then they raised it to 25 cents. And I was like, oh shit, I almost got to get a job now. So you transition from that. So you remember this, and then you see where we're at now. And you've just witnessed the transformation. You've witnessed how things have gone from one to the other, but I still have the skills to be able to function without the shit. And I have to, I think you have more common sense in dealing with the shit. So our job in information security is to protect people. It's not to protect data. It's to protect people. The data is tied to somebody. Somebody suffers when there's a loss of data. If there wasn't anybody who suffered from the loss of data, then who gives a shit, right? So it comes back to people. It's always people. So the truth is, this industry doesn't move until there's pain. And that's always reactive, right? Not discomfort, not tension, actual real world face melting pain. And most normal people not in our industry have never suffered face melting pain. They've suffered inconvenience. Sadly, there are some people, mostly elderly, who have fallen for scams and have committed suicide because of the shame. Uh, you know, there's a lot of shame that came with that, I guess. So, I mean, there's exceptions to every rule, but in general, a large part of the population, most of the people in the population have never suffered from a breach. You got a breach notification thing. You're like, oh, okay, that's
I get
Sucks.
free credit monitoring.
Right. And in that blog post, I shared the first time I ever got a breach notification was ChoicePoint back in
2005.
2005. So 20 years ago, and it might have been the ones before that, but 20 years ago, and how many breach notifications have gone out since then? And back in when the first few breach notifications went out, for a while there, for like a year or two, people were outraged by it because they're like, what the fuck? They were angry about it, but they didn't suffer any negative consequences, beyond just being upset about it. The companies, I think, were suffering more because they had that lost trust thing, because it wasn't just, it wasn't the way the world works yet. But now this is the way the world works. Push
Well, we
notifications go out every
expect
fucking
you.
day.
It's
Yeah,
like
they go out
the
every day.
more the more problems you have, the more customers you get somehow.
When we talk about the lawyer thing coming up, I think in part 4, it's kind of crazy because there may be a large settlement that happens after a breach. And so the big company is like, oh shit, maybe that'll hurt. Maybe that'll get us to change things, but it really doesn't hurt because the people on the other side that it didn't hurt, I think it was 4%. The settlement that came from Equifax,
Equifax.
only 4% of the affected people made a claim.
Oh, because you got like fucking $8 or whatever it was.
Still, it didn't
Yeah.
cost fucking ChoicePoint. I mean, didn't cost Equifax shit other than the legal fees and the settlement stuff and whatever. So anyway, what we want to get to, because when you look at logic, and I think that's one of the reasons why, this is my panic face and this is my whatever the fuck face, is because logic, not emotion. Don't let emotion drive this, but logic tells you that eventually there's going to be a day of reckoning. The chickens are going to come home to roost. There's huge amounts of personally identifiable information, protected health information, financial information, DNA information, fingerprint information, facial recognition information. That's all been lost, stolen, that's sitting somewhere. That hasn't been used yet, right? Because we can all pretty much agree that everybody's social security number has been breached in one of these breaches somewhere, the 9,000, 10,000 breaches that we know about. I mean, it's pretty safe to say that everybody's social security number is gone now.
Plus, we
But how
use
many
it
of us
as an
have,
identifier.
well, how
I
many of
hate
us
that.
have suffered from, let me stay on this point. How many of us have suffered from identity theft or a loan taken out in your name because of that? I haven't. I'm
I
guessing
have
you
not.
haven't. I'm guessing 95% of the population hasn't. So that information is still there. What do you think they're going to do with it? They're going to use
It'll
it.
get used eventually.
Exactly. And when they use it, why not use it on a grand scale? Why not hit? Like, I mean, if I was a nation state, if I was like China and I had this shit, I would take out loans in everybody's name at like really fast times and just, cripple the
That's what
financial
they're
system.
building up for. They're like waiting
Maybe, I
for
don't know.
all the things to be tied together and the processes to align with the full moon to be able to push one button and like automate, I've 100 million new requests that get auto approved.
I don't know what the intent will be. Logic would tell you that the data is valuable. The data is out there. Somebody's got it. Large amounts of it. It's just a matter of when they're going to use it and how they're going to use it. And then it's going to be really fucking painful. I mean, right? I mean, it doesn't logic kind of tell you that this has got to happen eventually. Otherwise, why the fuck would you steal the data?
Well, so that's what logic says, but I'm not sure we're living in logical times. So it's
Logic
like
always wins. That's if
it
you
it,
stick with logic, you will win.
it doesn't make
Logic beats
sense
the
to me
shit out of
because
emotions.
because data is the new oil. So theoretically, data is worth billions of dollars, trillions of dollars. That's what companies are paying for. That's how they're making money.
But only if you
But
use it.
we don't get any of that. We don't feel any impact if it's lost or anything. So is it
because
even
it hasn't
worth
been
anything?
used.
What are we paying for?
It hasn't been used. And it's like when we do work in critical infrastructure shit, you know, I wish everybody would just use logic. Like as a social engineer and all the social engineering attacks I've done over the years, that's how you always got them. Emotion, fear, panic, anger. People don't think. How many times have you, I mean, you've been in an argument probably with an ex or a girlfriend or something, and you probably said shit that you regretted later on.
Mhm.
Like you said that shit in the heat of the moment. Actually, you did that in one of those incident response things that we were talking about, before. And that's because emotion. I mean, get on top of that emotion. But anyway, once it hurts, then we care because you can't ignore it, right? So it hurts. That's when you'll fund the tools. That's when you'll prioritize security. That's when you call the CISO by their first name. But the thing is that when it hurts, it's too late. It already hurt.
Mhm.
So this is welcome to the accountability culture of cybersecurity. Pain, then progress. That's the game.
The last thing you should be doing is spending more tools.
Spending more tools. Well,
Spending
and
money
let
on more
logic.
tools
Then why do people buy most of the security tools that they buy? It's
because they don't know
emotion.
what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, it's emotion driven buying, right? Everybody else has got it. They got it over there. They got it over there. I'm going to look like I'm stupid if I don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
The fear of missing
Totally.
out. FOMO is the best way to get people to buy shit. So logic would tell you that, okay, complexity is the worst enemy of security. So if I already don't understand what's in my current environment, if I already don't have an asset inventory, I'm just making the problem worse by putting more shit into an environment that I already don't understand. I understand it less. I mean, that's what logic would tell you. So let logic be your friend. All right. So when it's personal, when it's why this episode matters, and I think the reason why we want to get out ahead of it is back in the day, information security and safety, you could keep those two things separate. Or, you know, somebody compromised a server, and maybe it was a web server, and you got a database backend or some shit, but nobody physically suffered from that. There was no safety issue. The problem with now, because again, we continue to adopt new technologies faster than our
Conversions.
ability to use it, is you can't separate physical safety anymore from cybersecurity, from information security, because I can take down entire emergency management systems. I can reroute 911 calls. I can reroute, EMS people wherever the fuck I want to. I mean, I can start fires. I can overload power grids. I mean, I can do whatever the fuck I want. And so now there's this personal safety issue. Because I think a lot of things with cybersecurity and information security, it seems kind of abstract, right? Like,
Digital, you can't touch it.
yeah, I can't touch it. I don't feel it. But when the lights change and it's green in both directions, and because your smart city isn't secure, then you feel it. Then it becomes really tangible. So sadly, we don't want to go there, man. Who the fuck wants people to die? And I'm not one of those doomsdayers, because doomsdayers and naysayers and shit like that, they're emotional driven things. Logic just tells you like, fuck, man, seriously, more shit. We're still trying to secure the shit we put in back in 1998, and you're still putting in more shit. Fuck. All right. So why it matters, it's the hospital breach that delays your mom's surgery. That's happened. It's your kid's data showing up in a ransomware leak. It's your paycheck rerouted to a threat actor's crypto wallet. When it's personal, it's real. When it's real, it hurts. And only then do people wake up and hell up. Wake the hell up.
Wake the hell
Wake
up.
up and hell up. Wake up and hell
Hell
up.
up. Yeah.
Hell up. Damn, look at my tats, dude.
They look clean still, man.
That's right.
It's like they're permanent.
They are permanent. All right. So let's be clear. Pain shouldn't be the price of action, but in this industry, it's the currency of change. The pain economy of cybersecurity, boards ignore red flags until share prices drop. Shit, maybe we should do something about this. Legal says we'll risk it until a class action lawsuit lands. And even then, I mean, on the defendant side, those lawyers don't get paid, right? It's the plaintiff
Right.
side on the class action that gets the big dough. Executives love buzzwords until they see their name. in a breach report. That's been the number one thing I've been asked over the years from CEOs is keep me out of the news. Keep me out of the news. Like, I can't keep you out of the news. But what I can do is I can give you a really good story to tell when you are in the news, because to keep you out of the news would be breach elimination. That shit don't happen, right? It's it's risk management, not risk elimination, risk management. So it's going to happen. But were you negligent? Did you do the right things? I don't know. So
Let
it's
me
not
ask you a
strategy, it's
question.
triage. Yeah.
So we talked last week about accountability boards, and we had the question where board was in there, and you're talking about board here. And I feel like that's a road we've tried to go down is, well, you need to speak to the board, you need to get in with the board and all this stuff, and board. But I feel like that it's just like in sales, right? Everyone's trying to target the Fortune 500 to make their sales. They have boards. A lot of organizations don't have board. So maybe we need to reach someone else.
You reach the one who's ultimately accountable is the one who's on the top of the food chain. So if there's no
The
board, then it's the
CEO.
CEO. If there's no board or CEO and there's an owner, then it's the owner. Whoever's the top.
We need to find the CEO party.
Like in a
Crash those
county, right?
things.
I'm mapping the attack surface of the US and I'm working on counties. Like, who's ultimately accountable in the county? It's the county commissioner or the county board of commissioners. They're the ones who are ultimately. And the cool thing about working that angle is in politics, and we're going to talk about this later on too, but it's not a political, it's not a hot topic in politics. Cybersecurity. I mean, you hear about it, but it's not one of the top voting issues. It doesn't beat economy. It doesn't beat
There's only 5 that we ever
border
talked about.
security. But the cool thing, that's one way we can hold them accountable is to make it an election issue. And you can do that at the board level. You can do that at the county level. Maybe. I mean, that's anyway. But yeah, it's whoever's at the top of the food chain is the one who's ultimately responsible. I mean, and I've had this discussion with other CEOs before because, I guess I was one, but I put somebody else in charge of the CEO. But I guess I'm still an owner, so fuck, I can't avoid the accountability yet. But like CEOs, at the end of the day, whoever's at the top of the food chain is responsible for every single thing that happens within that organization, including toilet paper. Obviously,
Unless you have bidets.
You delegate the responsibility to others, but the accountability can't be delegated. So I don't know, man. So about the pain thing, we've normalized this insanity, treating data loss, reputation damage, and human suffering as the necessary side effects of digital transformation. The real victims, let's talk about who pays the price for all this reactive bullshit. The nurse locked out of her workstation mid-surgery. Yep. Another one. Give me another one, Matt.
The minimum wage call center worker taking the brunt, being blamed for the breach.
Yep. The teacher whose tax records were stolen.
And the family that got doxxed, defrauded, or blackmailed.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. And I wonder how many CISOs go through, because as a CISO, I'm still responsible. I'm not ultimately responsible, right? I have a job to do. My job as a CISO is to consult the business to make good information security risk decisions and then implement those risk decisions. My job is to communicate that to the people that I work for, right? Communicate that to the CEO, communicate that to the board of directors. I'm fine with doing everything that you tell me to do. And it's fine. You can delegate some of these risk decisions to me. But if you delegate the risk decisions to me, then I come back with you a budget to implement those risk decisions, someone's got to give, right? But as a CEO, as a CISO, the good CISOs will feel the weight of their decisions. A good CISO will feel the weight of the people affected by their decisions. I'm making these recommendations not because I saw the latest and greatest bullshit thing at Black Hat or RSA. I'm doing these things because it's the right thing to protect our patients, to protect our customers, right? I mean, I told you the story about at MGI Pharma, my last real job, when I made a shitty choice as a CISO. Nobody else knew it. I knew it. That's the worst fucking thing. I can't run from myself. But I knew I had made a poor choice. I knew I had misspent $250,000 on a tool that we couldn't use, that was stolen from the mission. And people are like, well, it's not stealing. I'm like, well, it's the same damn outcome. That's $250,000. A hacker took it or I misspent it. It's still fucking gone. And somebody suffers for that, right? That's $250,000 that we can't use for tools that are more effective, that we can't use for bonuses, that we can't use to make our drugs less expensive, that we can't reach more patients, whatever. It's gone. So meanwhile, the people who could have prevented it, they hide behind committees, PR statements, and ongoing investigations. And usually they continue the ongoing investigation until people forget about it. People have such a short-term memory
We've
with
created
breaches.
that with this media cycle. You forget quick.
So riff from the front lines. I once told a client flat out, the system is a liability. You need to patch it, segment it, or kill it. They said, we'll revisit that in Q4. And they didn't revisit in Q4. They forgot about
Of
it
course
in
not.
Q4. It was still on my list, so I still brought it up. So Q4 came, so did the breach. And you know what they said then? Why didn't anyone tell us this was urgent? I fucking told you it was urgent. That's why we keep receipts, right? Because, I mean, if you want to protect yourself from being the fall guy, when you have these, they don't want to take accountability or they don't know that they're supposed to take accountability and the shit rolls down onto you as the CISO, you're going to use these things to defend yourself.
I once heard someone say, CYA, we don't do that here. I was like, oh, well, I sure as fuck will.
Who says they don't? Somebody says that we don't do CYA here?
I heard that one time.
What does that mean then? Does that mean you just take your shit? Just take your lumps?
Means I interpreted it as they wanted me to be the fall guy.
Crazy. All right. That's what.
They fucking love it.
Anyway, you can stop using whiteboards and start using flamethrowers, I suppose. Maybe that'll get the point across. Flamethrowers hurt, but you'll probably get arrested, so don't do that. So here's the denial spiral. Here's the industry's favorite dance. Number 1, ignore the risk. Number 2, delay the fix. Number 3, deny the warning. Number 4, panic during the breach. Everybody likes to panic during breaches. Number 5, blame the CISO. Number 6, host a lessons learned webinar. And number 7, repeat.
Lessons learned webinars is how you get new customers because you sound all smart because you just made it through this big thing.
Right? So we don't fix things to prevent harm. We fix them after the harm is headline worthy. That's not risk management. That's disaster monetization. This is a leadership problem, Matt. If you need pain to
I
act, you're not a
agree.
leader. You're a liability.
I said this on my post this week too. Like we've said, there's a talent shortage. Like I think it's a leadership problem. All you guys are going out to fucking hacker summer camp. Who's fucking helping your new people?
Well, and like simple governance. Like everybody on my team has a specific role with specific responsibilities, and they're held accountable to those responsibilities because those their lack of accountability for those responsibilities affect my accountability for my responsibilities. So all that shit rolls up. Shit always rolls uphill in good leadership. So I don't want to pay the price for your shitty work, but I also have to identify why the work might be shitty. There might be some personal problems. Maybe there's a mental health issue. Maybe you're not been trained. Maybe I'm asking you to do too much. I don't know. But yeah. And leaders are supposed to lead, right? You're supposed to see out a ways so that you can take people with you to where you're going. It's not, that's leadership. Leadership and
People have to be
leadership certainly
willing.
isn't doing, yeah. And leadership certainly isn't doing what everybody else is doing.
What's our competition doing? I love that. Why the fuck do
I
you
have,
care?
there's that quote from, that swimmer, that Olympic swimmer, Phelps,
Yep.
where he said, Michael
Kim.
Phelps, fuck no. No, not even close. Michael Phelps, though, he said, at least it was attributed to him. I don't know if he's the one who said it, but winners focus on winning, losers focus on winners. No,
It's pretty impactful.
yeah. All right. So if you need pain to act, you're not a leader, you're a liability. Leadership means owning decisions before the pain hits, not after the lawyers draft the apology. We need to stop reacting like firefighters and start operating like architects. Because waiting until it hurts, that's how systems burn. That's how trust dies. Am I right or am I right?
You're right, dog.
You're right, Doug. Pain is a terrible teacher, but in cybersecurity, pain is a terrible teacher. But in cybersecurity, it's the only one we seem to listen to. Or the cool shit. I guess we listen to those teachers too. Like, I'm an AI expert. Oh, fuck, you said you are, so you must be. Let's do it. All right. Now that we've crawled through the smoking wreckage of accountability, and here's the thing, like I was taught, my dad taught me, shitty choices have consequences. That's always been core in my life. And he made sure that that was true when I was younger. Like when I made a shitty choice, he made sure that I suffered consequences for that because it taught me to be accountable for myself and what I'm supposed to be doing and all that shit. And then I was also taught that a lot of times we make like small compromises. Make a small compromise. Like my integrity is really this, right? But if I just do this one little thing, this one time, I mean, nobody's going to know. I mean, it doesn't make me a bad guy. Just whatever. Just a small compromise today. And then months later, make another one of those little small compromises. And then months later, you make another one. Every one of them doesn't seem like it's consequential at all. It's so fucking minor. It's like, who the fuck cares? Nobody's going to, it doesn't matter. But when you add up all those things over a long period of time, 1 degree, 1 degree, 1 degree, over the long haul, you're 10 miles off the path.
Like using a compass and doing land nav. Like, yeah, you're way fucking far off.
But that's how it works, right? I think, when we started in 2005, when we had that first data breach notification letter, it's like, but we allowed it. All right, I get it. That's fine. We compromised. And then get another one. Well, fuck, I mean, they did the best they could. It said in the letter that it was password protected, so it must be okay. And then another one, and another one. And then these are just all these little compromises. Now, over the 20 years that we've been going through these compromises, it's completely desensitized. Nobody gives a shit. And then when the pain hits, because what makes you stop and like take inventory of how the fuck did I get here? It's usually some kind of abrupt thing that happens in your life. It's an event. It's something, it's pain or something. And then when that happens, then we're going to look back and go, how the fuck did we get here?
But when it happens over such a long time, you don't feel it. It'll be like it happened overnight.
Yeah, when you pay the consequences for all the compromises, yeah, it's gonna hurt. That's logic, man. So all right, we've crawled through the smoking wreckage of accountability and screamed into the void of pain-based progress. It's time to do what we always do next. Fix the damn thing. So grab your sledgehammer and your strategic patience. It's time for Broken Industry Fix List. Pain proofing your security strategy.
Strategy.
Monster truck. Metrodome.
Big tires.
Big tires. All right, this one's for the people who are sick of bleeding before anyone pays attention. If you're a CISO who's tired of being everyone's scapegoat, if you're a leader who's actually ready to lead, if you're done being part of the reactionary hamster wheel, here's your punch list. Yeah, not physically punch. Well, maybe physically punch. That'd be cool. So we're going to go this punch list, Matt. We're going to alternate. I'll do the first one.
Okay.
You do the second one, so on and so forth. So number 1, kill the post-breach clarity mindset. If the only time your execs understand risk is after it explodes, you're not running a business, you're running a cleanup crew. Fix it. Bring breach simulations to the boardroom, assuming you can. Don't ask, what if we get breached? Ask, what happens when we get breached? Logically, it isn't a scare tactic. Sadly, it's been overused and oversold in our industry to sell shit to people that they didn't need. But logically, because I've gotten in arguments with executives on shit here. Well, we don't need an incident response plan. We've never had a breach before. Like, can you guarantee you'll never have a breach? Well, no. That's the fucking plan. It's
Even
logic.
if you have a plan, people don't use the plan. They just fucking wing it anyway.
Well, I mean, you can, and then you can pay the pain. later, but we don't want that, right? All right, so that's number one. Kill the post-breach clarity mindset. Number two, Matt, what do you got?
Number 2, tie pain to power. You want authority? Great. Power, power. You better carry the risk too. If the CEO can veto controls, the CEO owns the risk. If the board cuts your budget, the board documents that decision. Fix it. Make risk acceptance an executive signature, not an email shrug. Yeah, that works. Not well. Stop letting leadership dodge with "we trust the team."
But if it doesn't work on the executive signature thing, if that doesn't work, document that it didn't work.
Yeah, it just tells you what kind of environment you're in.
Right. Because so much of it, I mean, this is a people fucking game. It's a people game. And I've told you numerous times before, Matt, I've been accused of social engineering the company. You're trying to social engineer us. I'm like, yeah, I fucking am trying to do that. Not for my benefit, but for yours. So, I mean, if the CEO doesn't want to sign off or an executive doesn't want to sign off, just document that they weren't willing to sign off. I mean, when the deposition is done under oath. So, when they say, well, he never asked me about that. Well, you're fucking lied under oath. That's bad. That goes shitty, I think. So number 3, turn compliance into a side quest, not the main plot. My God, I wish I could beat people up on this one. Like, stop the compliance shit at the expense of security. Now, if you do security well, you'll find yourself already compliant. The intent of the law for every compliance initiative in cybersecurity is risk management. That's the intent. The letter of the law is what people do. They don't do the intent of the law, they do the letter of the law. And that's where they get themselves into trouble. So if you did security the right way as risk management, you will already be compliant. One's got a long-term return, one doesn't. So anyway, turn compliance into a side quest, not the main plot. Checklists are fine. They don't protect people. Stop treating frameworks like armor. They're just guidelines. To fix it, focus on actual resilience, not just passing audits. Ask, would this control protect us in a breach or just look good in a spreadsheet? If you don't understand risk, learn risk. If you don't understand risk management, learn risk management. It sort of pissed me off when they put GRC together years ago, because it was governance, risk, and compliance. It's like, they're separate fucking things. I don't like the fact that
they want one person to do everything so they don't have to pay more people because people are expensive.
Right. All right. So turn
I see
compliance
that a
into a side
lot.
quest, not the main plot. What's 4?
Empower security voices before the flames. The best advice often dies in the inbox unread. Give your security teams stage time, not just ticket queues. Promote the folks who speak up, not the ones who play nice. And if you're in leadership, listen like your stock price depends on it, because it does.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Yeah, I like
that's
that.
true anymore.
What's that?
Stock price. I mean, CrowdStrike dipped. They're fucking more profitable than ever now. Microsoft, nothing. I mean,
Oh, it didn't.
does it?
I didn't say your stock price is going to fall. I said listen like your stock price. Listen like it does depend on it. Not that it does, but listen like it does.
But then you say
Because
because
it
it
does.
does.
Well, eventually.
Okay. Yeah,
I
there
don't
you
know.
go.
Good point.
Number 5,
I don't know. Do you like 4 or not, Matt? I mean, you're very argumentative today. Do you need a fucking hug?
No, I'm good. I'm good, man.
Need more sleep, though, don't you?
No, I sleep plenty. I like it, listen to the people. That's one of my biggest pet peeves is generally you go and talk to your IT people or your security people. They know what the fuck's wrong. They know it needs to be fixed, but need to have an audit, need to have an official finding before anything moves forward. That's so stupid. Just do what's right because it's right. I mean, what the fuck?
Dude, there's a fucking bug in here. It's like this fucking big.
You should capture it.
Seriously. No, dude, if that thing flies over here, oh, fuck, it's over here. I'm fucking running if this thing comes over.
Catch it.
This show is like stopping like right now.
You should pet it.
Shut up. We're going fast. And you already said, okay, 5, build for impact, not perfection. Perfection is a fantasy. Defense is dirty, adaptive, and unfinished. Fucking flying thing. Where the fuck is it?
It's
Did
just
you
a
get that?
bug, man.
Dude,
Just a bug.
I'm so going to punch you in the face right now.
I'm not scared.
Yeah, you will be. All right, fix it. Prioritize changes that protect people now, not ones that look elegant later. Rewarding shipping fixes, not pontificating about frameworks. Here's your rant soundbite. If your cyber strategy only activates after someone cries, bleeds, or files a lawsuit, you're not securing your organization. You're securing your ego. I don't have any ego when there's bugs flying around me that are that fucking big. All right. Here's the actionable challenge for the week. Go to your leadership and ask this. See if you got the
What
challenge
security
idea.
action have we delayed that we will only get fixed after someone gets hurt? I know the answer to that one. Write it down, timestamp it. Then when it happens, you won't need a postmortem. You already have it.
That's it.
That's it,
All right,
man.
closing
Pain
line.
is
What?
inevitable. I said
Yeah,
pain
go, man.
is inevitable.
Keep going,
But if
man.
pain is your only motivator, you don't need a cybersecurity program. You need a therapist. Go find that therapist.
If you put the emphasis on the wrong syllables with therapist, it's the
The
rapist.
rapist. The rapist.
All right.
They're a
So you don't
pissed. Or you could say they're a pissed.
could say that. All right. So pain is inevitable, but if pain is your only motivator, you don't need a cybersecurity program. You need a therapist. That's what you said.
Yes, that's what I said.
All right. Well, that's a wrap for episode 43 of InfoSec to Insanity, where we don't wait for the fire drill to start yelling fire tonight. We hit it hard, I think, maybe. Cybersecurity doesn't change until it gets hurt. It's not hurt, not because people don't know better. Do you think they don't know better?
Those know better. No,
Do you think
don't.
they don't know better?
I think they do. I think it's
You
the
think people
game,
know
like we
better?
talked last week. Oh yeah, like last week, it's the game. They're playing a different game.
All right.
It's not
But because
advantageous.
advantageous, that's a fantastic
Fucking
fucking
cool
word.
word, right? Yeah, I pulled that
That's
out of
it's a
nowhere.
fan fucking tageous word. Is fantageous a word too?
Fantasia, it's a movie or something, I think.
All right.
Person
Do
in a
that later.
movie? I don't know.
Until the breach, no one's listening. After the breach, everyone's pretending. So if you're the one screaming into the void, this episode was for you. You're not crazy. You're just ahead of the blast radius.
Yeah. Next week, episode 44, Accountability Part 3. Cybersecurity doesn't win elections, so politicians don't give a shit.
Give a shit.
We'll dive head first.
What's a politician's number one job, man?
Get reelected. Pow.
So it's not an election
Yep.
issue, and don't expect them to fucking give two shits about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Keep
So
going,
next
man.
week, we're diving headfirst into the political apathy swamp. We want political sector funding. You better hope your town gets ransomed. You want regulation with teeth? Only if it pulls well. Only if it pulls well. There you go. Only if it
If it
pulls well.
pulls
I
well.
can't. Yep. We'll right in the kisser. We'll talk about how cybersecurity got political without getting powerful, and why leaders can't fix what they don't vote for. Spoiler. This doesn't.
Cybersecurity doesn't win campaigns, man.
But fear sure
You know what
does.
wins campaigns? Fear. Emotions.
Fear.
That's what I'm fucking saying.
Fear, FOMO. Everything
here's
is about making an emotional decision. Thank you, Simon Sinek. Start with why.
Like you lose, like, have you noticed lots more people seem to have lost their ability to think critically?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So then what do you fill it with? You fill it with emotions. It's like this mind control
It's easy.
fucking game. But yeah, fear definitely sells.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that bug, man? I don't want to see that bug. Talking about fear.
All
I'm
right.
about ready to shit my pants.
Call to action.
Fucking bug.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the episode. I've been sharing with people. I had a couple people say that we were pretty enlightened. We worked well together. So I'll just share that
Except
with
for when
you.
you piss me off, man.
We had good feedback. If you got a story and you want to share it with us, don't forget, send us an email. show@infosec2, the number 2, insanity.com. Names are optional. Receipts are welcome. But when you speak truth in this industry, you don't just vent, you're leading.
So until next time, stay human, stay paranoid, and we'll see you in the next war room.
Peace out.
Peace out. Fuck yeah.
Peace and hair grease.
Yeah, maybe.